Welcome to Stockholm.
Please come and join me here, and I think you're going to get your microphones here as well. All right. Introductions now that we're sitting like this, and I'll give you all a statement. So what I want to hear is, do you agree or disagree, and just a very quick why. Then we're going to go to the first round of questions, and the second round, and then we'll hear a little bit more about the initiatives and the projects and what it is that you actually are doing. Okay, so I'll start with Alberto Castronova, Head of Internationalization Unit at MIMITS, is how we pronounce it, MIMITS, yes?
Absolutely agree, and our ministry is deeply involved in supporting the planning system. So I'm very glad to be here because my outcome is hosting us, and glad to go a little bit further on.
Great, so we agree. Next up, we got Ari saying all your business centers and citizens can be co-owners of energy innovation. Yes or no?
Yeah, I think it's, I agree with this sentence. I think that other institutions are doing is public institutions, we try to offer services related to energy efficiency, so solar plants, HVAC technologies. And I think that in the end, this kind of solution, especially if we work in the public sector, they have an impact directly on citizens and hospitals and schools. So in the end,
okay. And moving on to Naimo.
I think any tech solution eventually is for people. And I think we are in a world where we are producing a lot of solutions to tech. But we need more interaction about it, because if people are interacting at different points, like communities within communities with the public sector, will generate so much integrity and cohesion in tech.
Really like that answer. Energy infrastructure is too fragile to support future cities without radical change. Do you agree or disagree?
I totally agree. It's very non-resilient, and something needs to be done. You haven't seen it in Italy yet, because you have never had a negative electricity prices, for instance. Here in Sweden, we have negative prices 750 hours last year. Why do we have negative prices? Because supply and demand are too much. We need to do something. Yes.
Thank you so much. And cities can't innovate fast enough on their own. They need startups to stay relevant. Hearing more about that shortly. Emerging technology. So the statement to you is, if a city isn't livable by everyone, is it truly then a smart city?
No, absolutely no. A smart city is something that works only when there is a private and public cooperation. resilience, sustainability, inclusion, equity, and a more climate conscious city.
Thank you so much. So now we're going to introduce to all the panelists. You know a little bit what they're talking about, and now we're going to try to deep dive into what we have touched on the stage. So I want to start with the first round of popcorn questions to you.
People started with Lab Energy for Technology in 2021. This is a project co-financed by a public-private partnership with the Ministry of Health, by the Ministry of Enterprises and made in Italy, and of course with the Social Cohesion Fund. What we want to do is definitely this public partnership, City and Next announced of Open Innovation Program. It is based mainly on three verticals, which are smart mobility, in the sense of smart road, but also urban mobility, Industry 4.0, and service, innovation services for the cities in a broader sense, for tourism, for environment, for culture, and for technology, of course. And do you think it has become a model for other cities to also replicate? Yes, of course. Turkey is just one of the 13 outer emerging technology in Italy, and thanks to the project City and Next, Turkey this year got different recognition. One of them was a startup ecosystem start, Smart Tourism Innovation European Capital, and Capital of European Innovation in award for 2024-2025. So you're truly working with emerging tech startups and getting that. Yes, we are definitely, and in the future we will continue this collaboration even if the project is reaching its end, and we are focusing more on startup attraction in the sense of talent attraction across innovation, and focusing more on climate city consciousness. Thank you so much, Julia.
Thank you. E-plato is in the long way, because it's easier to understand what we are. Is committed, as I was saying before, to support startup and innovation SMEs, and this commitment is our strategy, because our main strategy is focused on main three areas. The first one is allocating finance for the venture capital sector. So we have allocated 2.3 billion euros in order to make this industry growing in Italy, because we understand that our venture capital market has to market and international market, and so we also collaborate with the European institution in order to improve this aspect of our strategy. So we collaborate with the EIB in order to create new tools of that later on. And the third strategy is maybe the most important. We are reviewing the Italian law on the startup, and this is one of the main pillars of our action. Our law was dated 2012, so it was almost an old law for this ecosystem. So we started the Italian ecosystem to give a new tool to support our startups.
Well, thank you for that, and I want to turn to you, instance, and why do we need to have the ecosystems collaborating, looking at government, looking at tech, looking at innovation organizations? Why do we need to do this?
Very good question. I think nobody has the full answer or the full solution to the problem. That's the basic point. Not even a full ecosystem, but ecosystems are also, like for example, they can be geographic ecosystems, one ecosystem, Stockholm is another ecosystem. Ecosystems can also be divided into verticals, so health ecosystem, music tech is a very different ecosystem. So ecosystems have their own differences, and likewise individuals or entities within ecosystems have some needs and have something to offer to the ecosystem. So collaboration is the basic building block for innovation, I think, and that's where ecosystem plays a key role. I think the next milestone for our ecosystem building is cross collaboration within ecosystems. So Italy collaborating with Stockholm, for example. I think that's an example of geographic ecosystems. Startups collaborating with corporate. That's an example of CDC. So I think for all citizen-driven innovation and their connection with public sector, it's very important that we are collaborative with the very basic. We all have solutions to offer, but we also have needs which somebody else can solve.
Well, thank you so much. So I want to talk a little bit about two examples of these collaborations that have worked and what has contributed. What results are you seeing?
What we do with the new startup in general is to facilitate business and try to integrate in our business. So we try to create a sort of point of contact with the need and what startups can do with us business model, so on. For example, the first is so AI application about waste management, and we have capacity to identify the correct fraction of different waste inside the building, starting from building this one, so offices, and then with our collaboration we grow up businesses to also we say value chain proposition. So we start to collaborate with this data on our flow of waste. So we optimize the logistics of collecting, of course, but also the quality of our recycling in terms of plastics, and so on. Then is another example because we help them to scale up their business inside the public administration buildings. They are a sort of AI application be able to make energy efficiency, so to have the energy consumption of the buildings. Consumption directly from the citizen, so we try to integrate the technology in our customer application, so we try to engage the customer to see how much consumption distributed between the fridge and the impact and so on, and it helps understand better the consumption.
Thank you for that. And I want to disruption and how corporates and start to collaborate on looking at this. So I looked at collaborations with startup and I'm so curious to hear what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, we work with energy. We are like the ML of the Nordics, and we are lucky to have hydropower plants on the supply side of the energy grid. So we are basically fossil free, so maybe some winter nights when we need to run fuel plants. Very proud of that, of course. But then this was about the demand side of the grid, where energy is consumed. And we have been talking about ecosystems and value chains, and you think about it, like, what would we use really food? Half of the world's population is Brazil today, and we need food. How do we get food in Brazil? We need transport, and we need cash registers that work. And how do we do that? Well, we need energy. So energy is kind of basic for enabling the other parts. Like other things like food, but food is actually on another level. No energy means no food. If you look at what's happened in Spain and Easter, several hours of total energy outage in most of the country. What if that had lasted for 1 month? I don't even want to think about it. So what do we do to mitigate that? Well, it can actually happen because these systems have vantage points. They have some points where they are vulnerable. So we need to increase resilience. That's very important. It could be malicious people, malicious states, and it could be mistakes. And when it was created in 1992, there was one internet that handled 1/3 of all internet traffic in the world. It was called Mail East. It was in the Holy Garage on the east coast of USA. What if someone accidentally put the wrong gear in the car and ran through Mail East? 1/3 of the internet traffic would be gone. So there are some points where we need to increase resilience. We are going into that, but it's again ecosystems. We don't build societies, we work with energy. So we look at what else can we do except electricity, can we provide hydrogen, can we provide different fuels to get affordable, we have to do our part, but we need to work together.
Thank you so much. And Professor Mazia, I want to ask you about the intersection of conflict
and bring out ideas. I think the basic role of humanities is to pinpoint ideas which cannot be picked out otherwise. So bring those ideas out, encourage dialogue, interaction, so that those ideas can go to the next stage. So that role I play and my organizations play in every system to connect individuals, startups, companies, and venture capital and angel investment at different stages to make things happen.
And I kind of want to hear from your buzzwords now and look at innovation and action. So, Matteo, over to you. How do you see energy, water, and waste integration into
more in general, but in general, what we want to do is because we have several sectors, so we start from the water cycle management to waste management, waste collecting, to also production, distribution of energy, and so on. We want to try to integrate this business in one unique point, let me say, that is the unique contact to citizens. So we try to provide the services to our citizens and our clients, of course, to help them to be more sustainable in their habits and also day-by-day activity. No? So, for example, last year we launched the first impact indicator for our customers directly integrated with so they perfectly know how much they impact with their consumption and their waste production and all these things in their activity. No? So what we want to do now also here in the new ecosystem, it is the first time that we do so we are very interested new technology coming from Stockholm and from Sweden, of course, and we want to integrate in our solution to our customers that are citizens of our system. And I just want to add something to the I think that to be perfectly aware of the state-of-the-art technology, in particular sector, for example, carbon capture or also utilization and storage of carbon capture. We need to know that PRL, probably we can do everything, but PRL right now are not ready to be sustainable in terms of economics. So this is the first time in the history probably that the regulation said we want to be sustainable and carbon net zero at 2030, but we don't have right now every technology ready. So it's the first time probably in the history that we make a target and we don't have already the technology. So this is an important point to add to your statement. It is perfectly correct.
And Alberto.
So, continuing what I was talking about before regarding the role of energy with the cities and regions. Today we have a real impressive presentation of how Italy is organized in supporting this ecosystem. House of Technologies are here. We have how many? I think 30 House of Technologies, and they are opening some rooms. There's some new House of Technologies. We have 5 regions here, and we are working with SMAU, number of regions supporting Italian ecosystem. And as I was saying before, our role is to put pieces together or try to support the system in order to put these pieces together. And so we are working in developing our regulatory framework. So as I said, our law was dated 2012, so we felt the need to do something, so we started in our ministry studying having all the Italian systems and all the institutions involved in supporting the Italian innovation. And so we had the first step of our it's the so-called scale-up, which has that was issued in December last year with the so-called concorrenza, the Italian, but it's the name of the law, and that has two main pillars. One is the redefinition of the perimeter of the startups. So in order to better focus who should be startup and who should be out of the perimeter, because maybe the previous law was a little too wide and there was a register, too heavy register to manage. And the second one is the improvement on institutional investment. On this, I would like to focus just a few seconds, because we believe that this article of the law is the real game changer of our the future of Italian ecosystem, because this will provide the new finance to the Italian venture capitals. And in order to do this, of course, we are working with the institutional investors and with the other government bodies that needs to improve the law, because you know that when you create the law, it doesn't mean that you have put it in place, then you have to improve it. So now we are working on that, and but we are positive because we really think that this is the right way to go forward.
Thank you so much. Definitely about regulation policy, that collaboration is not getting anywhere. We're getting to the end of the here my last statement. So the question is in one sentence I want you to answer. What's the one thing that will define the smart communities of tomorrow?
Non si vede che su di me fa un'inizio una particolare
With the
Grazie. institution, research center, private corporates, and of course, new talents. Thank you.
What is the IQ of the city? How do you raise that IQ? Well, are there any low-hanging fruits that you can do immediately and increase the IQ fast? I think so. Like, for instance, volatility. Like when you came here this morning, a lot of people were out in the city because everyone is moving around at that time. If you go 9 o'clock in the evening, it's not that many people. Lunch restaurant, you were before, so this volatility, this we have a lot of things to become smarter, higher IQ. And that will be kind of one of the low-hanging fruits. And if we have a way to measure the smartness, we will also make it happen.
Thank you so much. And then I'll go over to you.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with my colleagues here, so I want to see what has been said collaboration I would say something more which is contamination, which is what maybe we are doing here today, and looking also to the international markets for the Italian ecosystem. It's also to kind of the big opportunity for our ecosystem, not only the startups, but also to be in touch with our Scandinavian colleagues and in order to understand better how we can work together.
Thank you so much. So please, a big round of applause between you. So what are the actions that we can take as an ecosystem to transform the cities of tomorrow? So please have a think about that, do discuss, catch our panelists, keep on the discussion here afterwards, and yeah, another big round of applause for all of you. Thank you so much for joining. And to the startup station as well. So